So at this point I probably want to show you how to actually start to sculpt the sculpting process and how to use the brushes available within ZBrush. Now the first stage that I like to go into is using the move tool, although I'm probably going to just show you how to use the standard brush first of all, which is normally the default. When you open up ZBrush, you see that here's the standard brush is the one selected. If you click here, if you click once, you see that you have more than one brush. Of course, you get all these options, and there's even more within the light box. So let me show you just the standard brush, which is now in order to use it, first of all, this has to be enabled in order to do sculpting, which is called a C add, and this is the intensity right now, which is at 25. So if we left mouse click and drag, you see that we're sculpting here. Now in order to do the opposite, you can click here where it says C sub, and you get the exact opposite of pulling out the shape. Going to undo. There's quick shortcuts for doing this instead of coming up here to the tool. Number one, and let me just say that the brush size is right here. You can adjust the size of the brush according to your liking. Although the quickie for making the brush size smaller is the bracket keys. Just like you would in Photoshop, you can use the bracket keys to increase the size, and you can see it's increasing by 10 by 10. But there's an even easier way. If you right mouse click once, you get this menu here, and there's a few things that you can do here. You can adjust the size of the brush. You can also adjust the intensity within this menu, and you can even change it from C add to C sub, and you even get all these other ones, and even polyframes here if you want to go back to polyframe, and even changing the colors, but we're not getting into that right now. So right now we're into sculpting. So as I said, left mouse click is to pull out. If you hold down Alt and left mouse click, you get the other way. You get things the other way around. So left mouse click, Alt, left mouse click. Now say we do something like this, and now if we wanted to smooth something here, if you hold down Shift, and you see that it changes from red to blue, that means you're going to Shift, and then it actually says here smooth. It says the smooth brush, so you can kind of smooth things out. And if you're a lower subdivision level, the better is the smooth tool smooths things out. Okay, so that's how you use the brushes basically, especially the standard one. So now let me get to my process. What I do is I prefer to use the move tool first, which is right here, and there's also a quick shortcut for accessing the brushes from here. If you press B, you get the menu here. You press it B once and you get the menu. So I'm going to choose this one. It's right over here, the move tool. I'm going to adjust the size. And what the move tool does is similar to the soft selection in Maya, where you can kind of move things around. So at this point, it's probably really helpful if you look at the reference images that we used for the modeling process. Now this can be handy, of course, even more importantly for the sculpting process. So the first thing that I prefer to do is start to move things around. Not sculpting yet, but somewhat just moving things and getting those to a way that I like how things look. So I'm just using the move tool right now. And one thing that I just forgot to tell you, and is, let me undo almost everything I've done here. I think that's about it. One thing that we need to remember is that we UV unwrap this to be symmetrical, so we obviously, whatever we do to one side, we want everything to happen to the other side. So we need to activate symmetry. And the way of doing that is if you press X and you see that, you get that to the other side. Whatever you do to this side happens to the other side. So make sure X is on for symmetry, so that whatever we do to one side happens to the other. So now we can start sculpting. So the first thing I like to do is just to move things around. Not doing much sculpting yet, just moving a few things. Kind of get the overall shape. I think I'm going to smooth this area. Hold down Shift to smooth. I'm actually going to go to a lower subdivision level. Remember, Shift D to go to a lower subdivision level. Gonna smooth this at a lower level so that it does a better job. And then go back to that higher subdivision level. So I don't want to waste too much time here. So let's say we are ready to stage 2, which is probably we're going to have to use the standard first in order to kind of make a few adjustments here. So remember, Alt is to push in, and if you find that it's too strong, of course you can get the intensity lower. I prefer to work in 9 or 10, kind of build up from there. It tends to be better if you're using a tablet, a pen and tablet, so that it's more adjusted to the pressure of the tablet. So for now I'm going to actually stop here, and in the next video we probably want to get the primary forms of the body by using, actually the standard brush should do the job for now. And then I'm going to show you what other brushes do and how to use alphas as well.